Social media pushed back on Tiffany Trump after she called out Joe Biden as a liar. So now the other Trump daughter, also known as not Ivanka, and the one Trump didn't say that he'd date, put out a message on social media uh, saying, "Please stop lying, Joe. You may think we are too ignorant to see through the lies, but God knows the truth." Mm. So now, what's the context for this? I don't know. Who knows, right? There's no idea. There's no tweet or anything that's connected to this. Doesn't point to anything that she says. She just says in general, "Stop lying." Maybe she's like bad at this. I don't know. Maybe she's terrible at social media. She hasn't really been, a huge fixture of discussion in Republican circles. I don't know. So anyway, she says this, and that's when the internet took notice. So now, first, before I go to that, let me point out who's lying more. Okay, the Washington Post 2020 fact checker. I'm sorry, not just the 2020 fact checker, but just a fact checker overall has found over 20,000 lies just in July. That's about 12 false and misleading claims a day. So, it takes dedication to lie that much and that often. At this point, it's pathological. He can't help himself. So the little irony here, right? Because while Biden has told a few whoppers himself, like for example, saying that, "Oh no, I got arrested in South Africa." No, you didn't. No, that's a complete flat out lie. He clearly did not. His lies, numerous as they are, because he's had a pretty long career, again, saying some pretty false things, doesn't hold a candle to Donald Trump's raging dumpster fire of outright falsehoods. For example, he's lying about COVID-19 even today, right? Lying about Biden's support of Antifa and rioting. He does not support that. Biden did the whole, "I condemn violence on both sides." And then also said looting is not protest, rioting isn't protest, and he promised to prosecute them to the full extent of the law. And again, since he has Kamala Harris, the top cop on the ticket, I believe him. Nonetheless, none of that. Facts don't matter, okay? Because they didn't stop Donald Trump from lying about Joe Biden and his positions. Now, here's the thing. From my perspective, I wish Biden were half as socialist as Donald Trump, the Republicans paint him as, right? He's literally the most conservative Democrat that we've had in this Democratic primary. Okay. So lies galore, right? So with that established, let me give you some of the responses here from Tiffany lying about Joe Biden. One says, "Your father says windmills cause cancer and people should drink bleach." Not exactly 100% what he said, but he did talk about injecting disinfectants, which you should not do, and also said the noise from windmills cause cancer, which they do not. It's amazing that I still have to point that out. Another person points out the irony of anyone in the Trump family invoking God is just too much. Hey, man, you guys don't remember 2 Corinthians, 2 Furious? And that, the Bible is his favorite book. Favorite book. Another person points out, I always thought that she was the decent one. I guess not. I mean, yeah, she's a Trump. Though, to be fair, Mary seems like the most decent one, or the only decent one, I should say. And that's because she has been speaking out against Trump. But that's also after she got massively screwed over by Trump when it came to inheritance. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Another person says, I hope you say this to the president daily since his lies constantly about literally everything. Another person points out how embarrassing it is to watch a grown woman with a law school education so desperately pander for her daddy's love that she will never ever get. Kind of like Donald with Fred. Just saying. And finally, one person points out that, hey, she finally gets to be in the family. When you write the opposite, you get kicked out. So you praise Trump, you get to be part of the family and maybe get that inheritance, that sweet, sweet inheritance money. Or you get kicked out of the family and screwed over. So it is going to be interesting, by the way, to watch that inheritance get fought over by the kids. Oh, you know they're going to fight over it. Oh, you know Eric and Don Jr. and Ivanka and Tiffany, they're all going to be at each other's throats for that inheritance money once Donald Trump inevitably dies. Like, you know it. It's going to be vicious. And I'm going to have the popcorn because I would expect nothing more than a vicious knockdown, drag out fight for that inheritance. Because, again, that's what we saw happen with Donald Trump and his family.